Hey Scotty, how's it going? Congratulations, man, on hitting 200 subs. That is awesome. Yeah, I know. 198. Small technicality. Before you know it, you're going to be at 250. And then this will just be a distant memory. But awesome idea for a contest. That's an interesting question. I actually had to sit here and think about that because it's been a while since I've shut off a movie due to it being too much for me. I mean, it's been a long time. There's been some videos that I've watched online that was, I kind of had to shut off. So I was just like, no, no. And they usually involve like vomit drinking and crap eating. Oof. But as far as just a regular video, I couldn't remember for the life of me a movie that I was just sat there and was like, no, no, I can't watch this. No, turn this off. And then I remembered. There was one. And thinking about it, I mean, now it's kind of ridiculous. But at the time, I was kind of like cringing. And yeah, I shut my VCR off. I stopped the VCR, and I was like, I had to regain my composure a little bit. I was about 15, 14, I don't remember, when I saw this movie for the first time. And I was told what was in it, but I don't know, I guess I just wasn't really expecting to see what it was I saw. The movie I'm talking about is Faces of Death. Now, bear with me here. A lot of the stuff I saw in Faces of Death did not offend me. A lot of it, pretty much 95% of it, went through it no problem. It was actually very amazing stuff for its time. As you probably know by now, as a lot of people know, a lot of the stuff in there was fake. And come to think of it, the scene that I'm speaking of, I found out later was fake too. But at the time I didn't know that, and it got under my skin. And the scene I'm speaking of is the restaurant scene when they bring in the monkey and they lock it in a little cage in the table, so only his head is above the table, and everyone's handed little mallets and they take turns beating the monkey in the head. They're beating it to death, and it's screaming, and when they first bring it in, it's doing the little, like, the panic thing. It's like panicking and jumping around a little bit, and that kind of made me like, oh no, poor thing. And then they put it in that little cage, and it's trying to get away, and its head is turning on the table because it has nowhere to go. It's just kind of like running around in a little circle, in a little located circle. And then the first time they hit it with the mallet, it's like that little, makes that noise, and you're just kind of like, oh. And it's screaming while they're doing that, and yeah, that kind of got to me. I'm not really hip on animal cruelty. I mean, I've seen my fair share of movies that have both fake and real animal cruelty in it. Excuse me. Case in point, Cannibal Holocaust. I swear, man, nobody calls me till I'm on this video deal. Sorry about that. So, anyways, yeah, Cannibal Holocaust has the real, animal cruelty. And then there's movies like Lizard in a Woman's Skin with, the fake stuff, eviscerated dogs and stuff. And yeah, it's a little cruel, a little cold-blooded, but I don't think I ever shut those movies off. I didn't see Cannibal Holocaust till I was a lot older, could tolerate a little bit more. But I'm sure if I was younger, if I was like maybe 13, 14 years old, and I would have seen Cannibal Holocaust, the muskrat scene would have been the one that did it for me. But no, in this case, it was Faces of Death, and it was the monkey scene in the restaurant. That was the part that made me just stop. That's it. Now, There's hardly any limit to what I'll watch. To answer your other question, no. I do not own any of the Faces of Death movies. They are kind of an icon when it comes to shockumentaries, even though, like I said, a lot of it's fake. There's a couple of clips that are just, there is some authentic clips, but very, very few. Most of it's just reenacted. Yeah. So, no, I don't own any of the Faces of Death. I should probably get them just because of their place in cinema history. But ironically, I do own the movie you were talking about. Yeah. Have a good one, man.